Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Alright. Can you hear me? Alright. We'll do keyboard test. What do you mean network error? Error. Bro, what is wrong with my internet? This is supposed to be stupid. Alright, can you hear the game? Alright, can you hear the game? Alright, can you hear the game? Yeah. Alright, can you hear? Well, welcome everyone. My name is King Dr. Lord. I'm sorry that it's 12 in at midnight, 12 a.m. and on the 3rd of August. But I feel like playing this game because I've already played the Pirates of the Caribbean game for the GBA on my channel, and I think this is the superior game. It was not made by the same company, but it pretty much takes a lot of those same mechanics, and this game is way better than it should be for what it is. So we're gonna play this game, and we're gonna enjoy it a little bit, and we're gonna have a blast together. I'm gonna have some chill time, midnight chill time, and yeah. Feel free to join me in this great adventure that is slightly goofy that we're gonna have. Also appreciate the fact that I took the last hour to edit this filter so that you can see the outline of a Nintendo DS and managed to fucking fit the 2 screens on OBS. It took me way longer than it should have. But there's, for some reason, OBS can't have 2 screens at the same. What happened to my save file? Didn't I have a save file? I think my save file got deleted. Anyway, we're gonna play a new game. I can use my mouse for this. There we go. You're gonna love this game. I promise you. This game is way better than it should be. But anyway, you play as a pirate. We're gonna let the intro play. In the meantime, I'm gonna get some water to water down this mead, because I made some homebrew mead. Honey wine, and it's way too fucking strong. So I need to water it down a little bit. I think it came out to 70%.
Hi, buddy. What are you doing down there? Yeah.
I didn't know you were there. Sorry, I didn't mean to kick you. Also, the videos don't have any voiceover, but the dialogue is pretty well written, I think. Pretty funny. You'll see. Also, the music is really good in this game for some reason. The soundtrack it's really good. Like, I don't understand. I remember playing this game back in 2012. I think this game is from 2009. Okay, but I had a R4 Nintendo DS card with some pirated games in there, so I could play any game that I wanted, right? And I had this game. I was just gonna try it. I was like, fuck it, I'll try it anyway. And I remember playing this for the first time. I'm like, why is this game so good? It's a fucking PLAYMOBIL game. Why is it so good? It has no business being this good. And it's one of these games that now I play every time I feel like playing pirate games. It's just good. It's the gameplay is addicting and it's good. Matter of fact, I'll go into more depth later, but yeah, I'll just explain what I was going to explain when it shows up. But basically, well, let's just play the game, and I'll talk about it when that time comes. Game objective: the soldiers have abducted the mermaid. Save her. Pretty straightforward. So, the way this game works is you have a character up there, and you jump with the A button, and you swing with the B button. Right? You can see the A button and the B button over in the filter of the Nintendo DS screen that I have. So, you know, pretty forward. On the bottom of the map, you'll see you have a touchscreen. You can put our mouse over it. I don't know if you'll see the mouse over it. Probably not. Yeah. So you have 9 squares, and these are the nautical charts. And so it borrows, it looks like, from the Pirates of the Caribbean game for the GBA, right? In which you have 9 nautical cards, and you have a naval gameplay, and you can explore the seas in that naval gameplay. Okay. So, what this game does way better than the first game of the Pirates of the Caribbean is, it adds a trading element. So you would have your ship. You can shoot to the right of your ship, and you can shoot to the left of your ship, and I'm gonna go in depth with that later because I actually like the Game Boy Advance version better. But the ships, you have more variety for ships. You can purchase ships. You have an in-game economy, and you have a trading system in which every island that you see on this nautical chart, it's a different location with a different dungeon per se, right? And a different trader that trades up to 6 different items. Those items being, I have it written down here on this piece of paper. You'll trade rum, coconut oil, clams, fish, crabs, and salt. And so what happens is you will go through the game, right? And you can buy, for example, coconut oil on one island, and it will be priced at 20 gold items, 20 gold pieces per item. And then you can sail to a different island, in which is the other way around, in which every coconut oil item, instead of being priced at 20 gold pieces, they're priced at 40 gold pieces. So technically you can sell the coconut oil that you bought at the previous island and sell it for a profit. And so what that creates is you can do like I do, for example, and you can draw a map with all the islands, right? I'm gonna try to like raise it so that you can see it. Too close. And you can draw little trade routes, and which ones of those routes are more effective, and what items are priced at what price, and you can pretty much make a lot of profit out of that. Once you have enough profit, you can customize your ship, and you can add more cannons. You can increase the frequency of when those cannons are shooting. You can increase your vessel speed. You can increase your cargo. You can increase your hull protection. And so in this way, the naval gameplay is way more developed than the Pirates of the Caribbean Game Boy Advance game, and that's why I love it so much. It's because it adds so much replayability and so much customization and so much of a level curve progress. It gets to a point where once you figure out how the game works, it's super easy to maximize everything, and it gets kind of boring because once you hit max, then there's no incentive for you to do anything really. Other than that, when you're not playing the nautical gameplay, you're playing as your character up here on the screen, and you're playing a 2D platformer in which you have 3 hearts, and you get to fight enemies in a 2D manner like Metroidvania games. And I feel like that game is more entertaining than the 3D isometric view gameplay for the Pirates of the Caribbean Game Boy Advance. On top of that, There's also mini games in this game. You got air hockey. You got a slightly different version of liar dice or something like that. You have blackjack. You have there's so many mini games, and so like I said, I remember playing this game for the first time. I was like, why is this game so good? Why did they add so many options? This game is a PLAYMOBIL Pirates game. It's not gonna sell that much. Why did they pour their heart into this game? That's what I think. They really nailed it. In that they really dedicated. They really looked at this game. They're like, you know what? Maybe not everyone could buy this game. Not everyone is into pirates. Not everyone is into PLAYMOBIL. But how can we make this game entertaining? How can we make this game feel like a game where you're like, okay, I am entertained. No matter if you're an adult or a teenager or a kid. And they nailed it. They could have gotten more in depth, but it wasn't warranted considering what this game is. It's a game for the Nintendo DS for kids. That said, holy crap, man. I love this game. But anyway, I'm going to shut up for a month and we're just going to play the game and I'm going to show you as I go. Hey, I've never seen you here before, says Pegleg Pete. What's your name and what are you doing here? I'm Pirate Patch and I've been washed ashore here. Interesting, show me your ID card. It's down in the bottom of the sea, right beside my beautiful ship. Aha, so you're a normal shipwreck pirate without an ID card. You could say so. But perhaps you're really a spy sent by the soldiers. No, really, I'm not. That beastly mob ran my boat, and I nearly drowned. If a dolphin hadn't saved you, right? Boy, your story is one of the best ones I've ever heard. You should become a writer. And don't forget to mention the beautiful princess. Yeah, exactly. The soldiers have abducted the mermaid. And why didn't you rescue her? Like I said, my boat sank. What a sad story. I think I'm going to cry. I'll rescue the mermaid. Give me a ship and I'll set sail. Take it easy, you get ships at the shipwright. Obviously. But they cost a lot of dough. But I thought my gold sank. That's why I'll make you a deal. You'll help me, and I'll help you. Okay, what do I do? Me and my buddies had a little party yesterday, and it shows the buddies at the bottom. The night grew long and we had a few drinks. Unfortunately, I lost my peg leg on my way home. I'll give you a reward if you find it for me. Deal. But watch out for the soldiers, they're lurking everywhere. If they start bucking you, hit them on the helmet. I'll do that. Find Pete's peg leg. You will receive a reward when you return it to him. And so if you press the start button, you enter the boss menu, you have audio settings. You have music, sound effects. We're gonna lower the music a little bit and the sound effects. So that I don't feel like I need to scream while I'm streaming. You can press select and you get to enter your logbook. And if you had a ship, you can enter your ship menu and look at your ship stats or whatever. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go to the bottom of the island. We have 0 gold coins. We can talk to the shipwright over here and we can buy different boats. And this is what I was telling you about the in-game economy. You can buy 5 different types of ships. Again, if it was up to me, I would have added like another 6 or another 12. But again, this is a game for kids. It's a game, you know, it's really easy to develop this. Everything is super simple. And they probably didn't expect this game to sell a lot. So that's why they did it the way they did. But regardless, I think if you take the Pirates of the Caribbean for the GBA formula and you try to improve it, this is the way to do it. And they did it amazingly. And so every ship has a different protection rating, a different speed, and a different tonnage, and a different cannons and firing rate. Obviously, with a raft, for example, you only get protection, 10 speed, and 2 tonnage. If you get a rowboat, you get 6 tonnage, 6 protection, 12 speed. And so obviously, you can see there's like little gray bars. That means you can improve that to the max. You can also repair your boats. Once you get damaged, you can come back here and you can ship tune your boat. If you had a boat, you can add more protection or tonnage or whatever in exchange for gold. This is Bony Bill, the card shaper, rather, or the cards harper. I can't fucking read. And he basically plays mini games with you, so that's amazing. And then we also have Theo, I don't know how would you want to pronounce it. Theo the trader. And every time you talk to him, he'll sell you 6 different items, which will be, like I said, rum, coconut oil, clams, fish, crabs, salt. And every one of those items is priced randomly. We are in island number 9, according to the map that I drew physically on a piece of paper. So we should be 50 for rum, 50 for coconut oil, 30 for clams, 20 for fish, 40 for crabs, and 60 for salt, and I am correct. So remember these prices, and if you have a piece of paper, write down the different island names and the different prices, because this is going to come into play when we are trading with a ship. We will buy low and sell high to make a profit, so that we can buy a better ship, so that we can do better stuff. But as of right now, we don't have any gold. So how do we get gold? So every island has this little 2D platformer level, or a dungeon, per se. And they have gold in them. And enemies for you to fight. Like this conquistador soldier over here. Sometimes when you kill them, they give you pots of gold. They have a lot more gold in there. And you have different types of enemies. And so if you don't have any money, you can just go to an island, whatever island you're in, and do one of these levels and get a little bit of gold so you can get a good head start. Bloody Jesus. And here we got damaged by the scorpion. I recommend you try not to get hurt, because if you get hurt and you're missing a heart, if you kill a soldier enemy and you're missing a heart, they'll very likely drop you a heart instead of dropping you a pot of gold. Let's say they have more of a chance of dropping you a pot of gold if you're at full health. And that's the peg leg we're looking for. We'll make sure we gather everything. And now if we really wanted to, we could just repeat that same level 4 times and we would get enough gold to buy a rowboat. But we're just going to focus on the story here. And we'll make money as we go. Because I think that would be more entertaining for a Twitch stream than just farming for gold. But if you're just playing the game by yourself, do this mission until you have 250. Buy a rowboat. And actually do that mission until you have 300. Buy a rowboat and then buy a Theo trader. And then you can go trade stuff. You would actually go to the island number 8, which would be this island over here at the bottom of the map that I'm signaling with my arrow. You would buy coconut oil there, which is priced at 40. Go over there, sell it for 60. Buy rum there at 40. Go back here and sell it for 60. And you'll make a 20 piece of gold pieces profit per item sold. Increase your tonnage level in the ship customizer and just rinse and repeat, and you'll get a lot of gold in no time. I'm back. Here's your peg leg. Thanks a lot, Patch. Here's your reward, 10 gold pieces. That sure isn't much. That's all the gold I have on me right now. Why don't you challenge Bony Bill to a game? Perhaps you'll have a lucky streak and then be able to buy a new ship. I have to run. My buddies are waiting. We get mission number 2. Go to the beach bar and challenge Bony Bill to a game. which is another way you can make money in this game. I don't recommend it, because some games are better than others. Ah, yo, Lund lover, shall we play dice? Yes. Low tide. If you throw fewer points than I do, I will win the bet. High tide. If you throw more points than I, you will win the bet. Quite simple. Are you ready? And now you need the stylus. We don't have a stylus because we're playing on computer. So we use our mouse and keyboard for the touchscreen. How much gold do you want to bet? 10 gold pieces. And I think this first time we're guaranteed to win. Your turn. He got a 7. And we tied. So we have to repeat. And he got a 5. And we won. Aye, you won and the pool is yours. So, up for another round and we'll say no. Oh, dude, my cats just went to the shitter and it stinks. 1 second.
Vicky. You.
Alright, Backleg Pete has been captured by the soldiers. Free him. In order to do that, we need to go to the island again. Which will give us another handful of gold. Oh, you can also crouch. You can crawl on the floor. You can do a combo. You can do B, B, Y, I think. B, B, Y. And you do a 3 attack combo. So you can kill enemies with 3 health. What up, buddy? Your poop stinks. Did you cover it with kitty litter? Good job. Still stinks. Oh, damn it. Oh, that was 8 gold coins in there. And at the very beginning of the game, you want to gather every coin. Further later in the game, once we have a trade route going on, we don't really need to grab every coin. And again, these missions are not really challenging, but they're just fun. Finally, there you are. I've been waiting here forever. Hey, Pete, what happened? I was just on my way home when suddenly 43 soldiers hurled themselves at me. But what did they want? What do you think they wanted? Gold. The soldiers are here for only one reason. They are on a quest for Blackbeard's legacy. His vast gold crusher. They wanted to squeeze me like a lemon. They won't get a word out of me. I can be as silent as the grave. So you know where the legendary treasure is headed? When the soldiers came to steal Blackbeard's treasure, we split it up and hid it in safe places. We've marked the hiding places on Blackbeard's old nautical chart. The chart was torn into 9 pieces and hidden throughout the Caribbean. Only the one who has all 9 pieces will be able to find the gold. And now the soldiers want to get their hands on the pieces of the chart. Exactly. So far they haven't been successful, but it's only a matter of time. The soldiers have occupied almost every island, and I'm sure they won't leave until they found each and every piece of gold. It's about time we drove those troublemakers away. Let's set sail and clear the deck. Others have tried that before, and they never return. First, we need to find out where the soldiers' secret base is located. But we don't have the complete nautical chart anymore. It wouldn't be a good idea to set sail without absolutely no clue. Many dangers awaits us. Dangerous reefs, fire-breathing sea monsters, deadly whirlpools, and numerous enemy ships. You wouldn't get far without Blackbeard's nautical chart. I already have one of the pieces. Let me see. Indeed, where did you get this piece of the chart? The mermaid threw it to me. We need to save her before it's too late. Yes, but to do so, we need the other 8 pieces of the nautical chart. Listen, Shifty Sam. The smuggler lives on the Listen, Shifty Sam. The smuggler lives on the Isle of Escaped Alligators. I can't wait for shit. He surely knows where the second piece of the chart is hidden. Here, take this gold and buy yourself a boat. Trade items so you can soon afford a better tub. And now get going. We have no time to lose. Buy a boat and visit Shifty Sam, the smuggler. He lives in the Isle of Escaped Alligators. And so now we need to go to island number 8. So what we're going to do is we are going to get a raft. And we can buy fish for 20 gold pieces. The little raft is our best seller. It might not be very fast, and the amount of space it offers is also pretty meager, but the price is unbeatable. So we'll buy one of those. And I think we get 2 spaces for tonnage, so we're gonna go and buy some fish. So we have around 100 coins, basically. We're gonna buy 2 fish, so we spend 40. And we should gain around 10 coins profit per item sold once we go into this island that we have to go to. So as you can see, this gameplay is really similar to the Pirates of the Caribbean from the GBA that I played in my channel a couple weeks ago. Nothing much has changed. The only difference being the map, the HUD, the HUD is better, and the graphics obviously are better. And the sailing is better. The combat sometimes is better, sometimes is not. I wish, for example, in the Pirates of the Caribbean, for the GBA, you can shoot to the right or you can shoot to the left whenever you want. You can even charge both sides at the same time. In this game, you only do one side as a broadside, and then once that broadside is emptied, the next one that you do will always be on the other side. So you gotta position yourself in the right way. You got infinite ammo though, so it's fine. So now we're gonna go to Theo the Trader, and as you can see, he has rum, coconut oil, clams, and fish, but their fish is 30 pieces of gold instead of 20. So we can go and sell the 2 fish that we bought for 40, and we would get 60 in return. So we made a 20 gold piece profit. And in the meantime, we're also gonna buy coconut oil for 40, because I know that that's what you have to buy in this island. And now we need to talk to Shifty Sam, the smuggler. Hello, are you Shifty Sam, the smuggler? What do you want? Pete sent me. We're planning a revolution against the soldiers, and that's why I need the second piece of Blackbeard's nautical chart. Or if that's all. And now get out of here, I have things to do, business is waiting. You must be joking. We're planning a great pirate revolution and all you can think of is business. Calm down, kiddo. And now listen to me. My customers have been waiting for the delivery for days now, and my customers are not particularly fond of waiting. If I haven't delivered their goods by this evening, there will be trouble. Comprende? Besides, I want to go to a concert this evening. The mermaid will be performing and presenting her latest hit single. Well, no doubt the concert will fall through. The mermaid has been abducted by the soldiers. What is that you say? The mermaid has been abducted by Blackbeard's beard. We have to do something. That's what I said. Give me the second piece of the chart. Okay. The second piece is hidden in a secret place. I'll have to make a few phone calls and tap my sources. That will take a while. you don't happen to have a cell phone with you, the battery of mine needs to be recharged. As you can see, they're breaking the fourth wall, because in the 18th century they wouldn't have phones, but you know. Did I just spill hunt mead on my light? Wow. No? Too bad. And in the meantime, you'll take care of something for me. Otherwise, I'll be fish bait and you'll never find out where the second piece of that chart is hidden. Sail to the Isle of the Bottomless Canyon and get my goods. I'll tell you where you can find the second piece of the chart when you return. Got it? Get going. Sail to the Isle of Bottomless Canyon and get the goods. After you have delivered them to Sam, he will tell you where the second piece of the nautical chart is heading. So we need to go to island number 10. And again, there is a mini-map over here, a dungeon, if you want to do it. I don't recommend doing that because we're already on our way to making profit out of trading. But that's something you can do if you want. And if I remember, there's 2 reefs over here. All right. Now we can dock the field and sell our coconut oil for a profit. And I see they have crab for 10, so that must be some sale they got going on. Because normally crab in here is 30. So we're gonna buy 2. And we're gonna sell it in the middle island and we should get a 30 coin profit. That music, dude. So, when I was playing Pirates of the Caribbean for the GBA, and I was complaining that it's not that hard to make an entertaining gameplay, this is exactly what I mean. This game is not at all very complex. But what they do have going for them, they have done it very good. That guy almost shot me. Which is really rude. We collected the smuggled goods. So this is a captain, and he can block your sword, and then you enter this engagement with your swords. You use smash B, and you can win. now we're gonna sail to the middle island to sell those scraps we just got. And then we're gonna buy fish again. Try to sell it for a profit. Yep. We gain 80 gold pieces. And we can buy 2 fish. But before we do that, we're gonna buy a rowboat, which would be better than what we have right now. Okay. And then we're gonna go down the island until we gather another 16 gold coins so we can buy the fish. Or, yeah. I'm just picturing as someone with knowledge of you know, art direction or something. They decided to make a game that is literally the same as this, but you have many more customization options, many more items to trade, a more versatile economy that is constantly changing. They could really make a wonderful game. And I would play the shit out of that game. Two more. So now we can afford to buy a fish. We could buy another 3 fish if we wanted to, but we don't have the gold for that. And once you get the first sailboat, that's when the game really begins. Because not only do you go faster, you finally get 1 cannon. And you can customize that cannon to fire really fast. And since it shoots from the front, you can literally chase your enemy from behind and shoot him. And shoot him. And shoot him. And shoot him. And once you can defeat other ships, you can gain 200, 300 gold from them easy. It's the best fighting ship in the game, believe it or not. Even though the bigger ships have way more cargo and they go way faster, and they have way more protection and whatever, the sailboat with the 1 cannon is the best ship for fighting in the game. Okay. Did you bring the goods? Do you have the piece of the chart? First, I want to see the goods. Fantastic, you did it. I found out meanwhile where the second piece of the chart is hidden. It's in a treasure chest on the ocean floor. You will need to dive down to salvage it, but beware, the place is just full of poisonous jellyfish. I'll mark the position on your map for you. Good luck. So before we go to that treasure chest, we're gonna do this map. I don't know how I dodged that scorpion, but it wasn't my intention, I promise. What up, buddy? And again, the more gold you have, wow. Lame. The more gold you have, the more items you can buy. The more items you can buy, the more profit you can make. I'm gonna buy coconut oil. I'm gonna only buy 3 of them. And we're gonna row our way to that X on our map. Banana. What's up? What do you want? Why are you so needy right now? Yeah? I went to a picnic today. I went to the park. And a couple of my friends were doing a barbecue, and we brought so much food in there. I got stuffed. They had 2 doggies with them. One of them was a half-breed between a pit bull and an Australian Shepherd. It was so fucking big. And that dog was so cuddly. And then I come back home and I'm like, dude, you are tiny. You are so tiny. I got used for 2 hours petting a thick, muscular dog, and now I pet my cat and I'm like, you're nothing, dude. You're a midget. You're a furry creature. Mwah. Go hunt some rodents. Which I don't have because I have my house clean. So cute. Okay, now I get to border this. And there it is. Retrieve the sunken treasure. You'll need the stylus. Avoid the poisonous jellyfish. This is another mini game. As you can see, the game gives you a lot of entertainment options. Basically, you want to gather the bubbles, and you want to avoid the jellyfish. Well, that was easy. Mission accomplished, part of the nautical chart. Boney Bill challenged you to a duel. You can meet him on the Isle of the Sleeping Volcanoes. So now, they want us to go to the second nautical chart. So what we're going to do is... we're going to go to this island that we have on the bottom over here. Which I call trade route number A, or trade route letter A, between island number 8 and 10. Where you sell coconut for rum, coconut oil for rum, and rum for coconut oil. Alright, and then we're gonna buy rum. Okay. And then we're going to go back to island number 8. And then we're gonna sail from island number 8 to island number 12. Which is the one we have the X on. So basically, as you can... I'm gonna point it out on the bottom map right now with my cursor. We're gonna go from this island to there. Sell the coconut oil, then once we're there, we will buy... what? Rum. Am I right? No. We will buy... clams. And then we'll sail all the way over here, we'll sell the clams. And we'll gain like 40 gold coins per clam. Profit. And this is the advantage of making yourself a map on a piece of paper and having trade routes established, is that every time you're doing the main mission quest, you're gaining money. Buy all them clams. We can't fit anymore, and now finally we're making profit. I said we can fill our tonnage. What I like to do is when I'm doing long distance travel, I'll just go to the edge of the map and then relax. And while I do this, I'm gonna gather myself some pre-workout mix, which has a lot of caffeine. So every scoop of this has 140 milligrams of caffeine in it. So what I like to do is 2 scoops and you're good to go. Like drinking 2 Monster cans at once. And if that doesn't wake you up, I don't know what will. But because my sleep schedule is all fucked up as of late, because I am on vacation and I've been waking up at odd hours on and off, what's happening is I am developing tolerance to caffeine, which is not good. And so, I need to pause the game. It's gotten to a point where yesterday, well not yet, oh, was it yesterday? Yesterday I had 2 scoops of pre-workout, which is 300 milligrams rounding up. Then I had a coffee, which I always make myself a coffee in the morning, so that's another what, 50 milligrams. And then I had two cans of Coke, which is another 100 milligrams. So in total, I had probably around 450 to 500 milligrams of caffeine. So yes, that's bad. Today, I've only had a coffee and a Pepsi. And I wasn't gonna do this, but I am falling asleep as I am streaming, and I don't think that's a good idea. Nor is it entertaining for you guys to see me close my eyes and fall asleep. And I am not going to give you this because you're a cat. No. No meow meow. No. Be nice. Be nice, no begging. Oh my god. Mixed with the meat is so good. And there should be a reef right on top of this island. Yep. This is one of my favorite soundtracks. One of my favorite tracks. As you can see, clams over here are sold at 60. Whereas we bought it for 20, so now we're getting 40 profit times 60, so 360 gold. And we're dangerously close to getting our sailboat already. What do we need to do? Won't he be able to challenge you to a duel? What? No. Hi, you old pirate, how about a quick game? Yes. How much gold do you want to bet? 50. Grab the live boy and kick the ball in the upper out. The first one to score 5 goals is the winner. Are you ready? Oh, so we're gonna play air hockey, basically. Wish me luck. Because the AI gets progressively better the more money you bet. So I might lose here. A, because the controls are not that easy. Here we go. Damn it. Yeah. Sometimes the mouse will lag. And it's really, really hard. But I remember when I didn't know about the trade routes in this game, this is how I made my money. By playing air hockey. Damn it. And we just lost 50 gold. Oh, I'm sorry. Now I have to take all the gold. So out for another round? No. Distress call. The soldiers have sunk a pirate ship. Rescue the castaways. Castaways. We are castaways. Ahoy there. We can buy coconut oil for a profit, or we can buy rum. Rum is super cheap here. Let's do that. Let's buy rum. And then anything happens, we'll go from, you'll see it on the bottom map right now. We'll go from this island all the way to that island. So So we'll do this. We'll go here, rescue the castaways, and then sail all the way back there. Make money. And that should be enough for us to buy the sailboat. Rescue 25 castaways! And this is another mini game. It's not really hard once you know how it works, but it's also not easy. Especially with mouse and keyboard. Just as long as you understand that you're not going to rescue everyone, but there's going to be enough people for you to rescue, you should be fine. Also try to focus on the ones that are going pretty slow. Just because the more slow ones you get, the merrier. Yeah, that was a waste of time. Could have used that to rescue people that are closer. Shush. Again, don't worry too much. You're not going to be able to save everyone unless you're a pro player and you're playing with an actual stylus. So some people are just worth ignoring, you know what I mean? And I think for every person you rescue extra from 25, you're getting gold. So it is in our best interest to rescue as many people as possible. There we go. $230 gold pieces. Does that seem accurate? Not really, but okay. The Isle of the Shipwrecked Souls has run out of rum. Load your ship with rum and deliver it to the merchants. And how convenient that we have rum with us right now. If you press select and you press R, you go to this screen and you'll see that our ship is already preloaded with rum. So that turned out pretty good. I did not plan that, but it'll work out. Also, you see that little dot on the map over here? That's an enemy ship. Stay away from them until you can fight them back. Those are soldier ships. And they will, excuse my French, fuck you up. Really bad. All right. So now we go talk to Theo the trader. What a disaster. The rum is all gone. I'll buy every barrel you have at an excellent price. Yes, max price, basically. And that's another 360. And now we got another mission, go to the Isle of the Sleeping Volcanoes. Freddy the Fisherman has an offer for you. Okay, so that's all the way back there. So we'll need to go get, what? Clams. So we need to go to the island number 8 and buy clams. But before we do that, we already have 920, so we're gonna get the sailboat. Which has the same tonnage as the rowboat, but it's faster. And has 1 cannon. 6 times 20 is 120. So, can we add more tonnage? No. And now we can do this. Which means we can shoot enemy ships. And since our cannon shoots from the front, this is the best fighting ship in the game. And I'll show you in a second. You see that enemy ship? Since we can just chase them from behind. And we just gain 170 gold. So now we're gonna go after this one. Oh. Oh, I got you, boy. They have a lot of health. Oh. Ow. And they're also easy to repair. One more. And you're dead. 240. So we gain 170 and 240, which is 210, 410. So now we're going to ignore combat. But like I said, take in mind we made 410 gold coins just out of fighting 2 ships. And now we go to the shipwrights. And we're like, oh, our ship is damaged. Let me repair my ship. Every repair costs 40. So that's 160. So that's 410 minus 160. So if I can do math, that is 250? Yes, 250 profit So just fighting those two ships, even though we took damage, and we didn't have to take damage, by the way. But just fighting those two ships gave us what's the word that I'm looking for? 250 profit. Which it saved us a whole different a whole travel trading. So now what we're gonna do is expand our tonnage. So we can carry 9 items. And we're back at 0 gold, but now we have 3 more storage space. So once we get to that island that we need to go to at the very end, we can buy all the rum in there. And make 1 trading travel. And we're in business. And the best thing of all is that, at the very least, we can defend ourselves. Mimis. What's up? Ah, no! Wrong button. We got damaged, damn it. Whirlpool. Do I have that one marked on the map? Yes, I do. There's another one in there. Almost. Stinky boy. You smell like poo-poo. You probably just want to take a shit and you just want reassurance. Good job. Good job. Alright, let's sell our clams. Let's buy the rum. So who do we need to talk to right now? Freddy the Fisherman has an offer for you. Okay. Excuse me, where the fuck is Freddy the Fisherman? Let's ship tune our ship. And add more tonnage. Expand it to the max. And we'll repair the ship. And we'll also go back to Theo and we'll buy another rum bottle. Or another barrel of rum. You don't have enough tonnage for that, okay. So now if we go to a ship, we are full of rum. See, this game is not that hard. It's a really simple game, but the gameplay is addicting. It's way more addicting than, I think, in my mind, the Pirates of the Caribbean games. Okay, I pressed the rum button. Okay, let's take that. Hello, you old salt. I've heard a lot about you. Oh, really? The entire Caribbean is talking about your heroic rescue mission. Word spreads here like wildfire. I also know that you want to free the mermaid. I like that thought. I was a real war hose, I was a real war hose too when I was your age. But that was ages ago. In any event, freeing her won't be so easy. The soldiers are armed to the teeth. You will need a fast ship and many cannons, and of course, that will cost you a ton of gold. Therefore, I'll make you an offer you cannot refuse. A sea monster is causing trouble off the coast. It has already swallowed 9 of my fisher boats. Since then, no fisher is willing to work for me anymore. If this continues, I'll be broke in no time. Then I'll have to close down my fish shop. Here are 250 gold pieces. Go buy a decent sailboat with a cannon, then put to sea and take care of that nasty creature. Once you've done the job, you will receive another 250 gold pieces. So how does that sound to you? How big is the sea monster, did you say? Not worth mentioning. I'd take care of it myself if I didn't always get so seasick. However, it should be a breeze for a courageous pirate like you. Give me your nautical chart a moment. I'll mark the position where that overgrown sea cucumber hangs out. Good fishing. Thanks. So we just got 250 gold, which is nice. No. No. And we're gonna increase the speed at which our cannons fire. Have at thee, scoundrel. You cur dog. Give me gold. Nope. Scallywag. Okay, so. Let's increase the speed at which our cannons fire. So now, as you can see, it doesn't take that long to reload. Alright. Oh, I failed. I failed again. Careful with those fireballs. And that sea creature's dead. Which means we get another 500 gold and 50 gold pieces. Henpet Henry Food needs your help urgently. Travel to the Isle of the Thunderous Surf. Okay. We can probably fight another ship while we're going there. Ooh. That's not a good place for us to be. Because pretty much we're gonna get attacked. Yeah, but we received so much damage that I don't know if it's worth it. So, if you see him go into the reefs, or the cliffs, or the cliff reefs, or whatever they're called, those rocks in the middle of the ocean, run away. You keep pressing the run button. Again, we could ignore these coins if I wanted to. But I'm Spanish. You know what that means? If I see gold, I have to have it. It is a sickness of the heart that we Spanish have, and there's no way to cure it. Like my golden watch. Which is actually not made out of gold. It's made out of stainless steel, but it's colored gold with electrochemical process.
Ah, there you are. You must help me.
Else I'll be lost.
And what just happened?
Was that you? Where the fuck did you come from? Ah, there you are. My cat. My black cat just literally dashed under my desk and then came out. And you're like, what the fuck? Ah, there you are. You must help me, else I'll be lost. What's going on? Yes, well, the situation is quite delicate, and it is important that it stays between you and me. Come on, spill. Last weekend I was with my buddies on the Isle of the Escaped Alligators, and we really whipped it up, if you catch my drift. Not really. Well, never mind. Anyway, while we were there, I lost my wedding ring. And I've already asked about it everywhere, but I just can't find it. My wife will be very angry if she finds out about this. Why don't you go back there and look for the ring? I can't. My wife would get suspicious. If I had told her I was at sea on business. Uh-huh. And now you want me to find the ring so you don't get in trouble. Yes. Well. No thanks. You should take care of that yourself. I have more important things to do. Oh, but wait. I'll give you everything I have. How about a piece of the legendary treasure map? Treasure map? Never heard of it. Too bad. There's nothing I can do for you. Hey, wait. Okay, fine. I remember now. You must mean Blackbeard's old nautical chart. Yes, that's exactly what I mean. Okay, I'll make a suggestion. You look for the ring, and I'll see what I can do to find out about the map. Agreed. I'll see you later then. Travel the Isle of the Escaped Alligators and find Henry's wedding ring. When you return the ring to him, he will help you find the third piece of the nautical chart. No. Son of a bitch. Shot me mid-air. Nice. I have to have every tiny little piece of gold. I cannot let any piece of gold like go. I have to have them. I have to have them. Alright. So, now we need to sail to that island and sell and get a ring, and we should sell rum there, which we were going there anyway. So this is awesome. So what I like to do when I'm doing long distance travel, I don't know if I showed you earlier, because there's rifts in the middle of the ocean. There's like rocks, formations and stuff. If you want to avoid them, just stick to the edge of the map, and then sit down and relax. Again, if I was the one making this game, obviously this game is for kids and it's for the Nintendo DS, so you're not gonna make it really complicated. But if someone made a PC game with the same mechanics, you could go so much more in depth. You could add so many more features to the game. $600 gold, baby. And in this island, we can buy clams for 30 gold. No? No. Yeah, clams for 20 gold and sell them for 60. So it would be in our best interest to load them up with clams, which is only going to cost us 200 gold, but we'll gain 400 gold profit. And of course I must have every tiny little piece of gold. Die, her dog. Again, this gameplay is now... You could, like I said, you can make the 2D platforming way better. Imagine a game where the platforming is like Castlevania, and you get skills and abilities. You take Castlevania, where you have an intricate 2D world or 2D map platformer, and then you take the nautical gameplay of this game and you expand on it, giving you 12 more different ships and the capability of switching between ships depending on what role you want to do. If you want to trade, there will be ships that have more tonnage, there will be ships that have less tonnage, letting you choose between which broadside to do. Having a mini game where you send your fleet on missions, so while you're playing, let's say like in Assassin's Creed 4 Black Flag, where you send your ships on missions and they come back with stuff. It wouldn't be that hard to make, I think. And it would be amazing. You could call the game Lust for Gold, and you could have Spanish conquistadors doing all that. You can set it in the early 1500s. I think it will be a pretty good game. I would repair my ship, but I don't feel the need to. Simply because it's gonna get to a point where we have enough gold pretty soon, actually. where we can buy the next ship upgrade. Now we're bypassing the island we're ready to go because we are going to trade some shit in island number 12. So we can gain some profit. Alright, we're gonna sell our shit. And coconut oil is extremely cheap right now, they're on sale. How much is coconut oil sold for in this island? For 50. I might just take you on the offer. We're not gaining max profit, but close to it. Ooh, that soldier ship is really close. Oh, there's a reef in there that I have not drawn in my map. Let me pause real quick, because I have... I don't know if you can see it, but in my map, in blue, I have tiny little squibbles. And those are all reefs. So I make a mental note of where they are, so that I know if I can sail on a straight line and go AFK and not hit a rock. Like I said, I have way more fun with this game than I should. And rum is super cheap in this island right now, so I'm gonna buy all this rum on sale. And I'm gonna go to the far island to sell all this for a profit. Regardless, I need to talk to Henpecked Henry. We almost have 2,000 gold. And I know that we're making a lot of gold, but I need to have every piece that I see, because like I said, I'm Spanish and I have a lust for gold that is in my blood. It's a sickness. Like, I think there's actually an account, if I remember correctly. Son of a gun. There is an account actually, so fun fact, history fact. Back when the Spaniards, okay, so to start with, the whole thing about the Spanish being horrible beings that went to the Americans to kill everyone is a myth. You just need to look at the local population of Mexico and look at how they look ethnically and you will see right away that we didn't kill the natives. We interbred with them, right? So that's to start with. So this whole myth about us coming and killing everyone because we wanted gold, and it's all fucking bullshit, right? It's partly true, it's not entirely false. I'll make a disclaimer. It's not entirely false. We did come there for gold, and we did come there in search for El Dorado. We did come there to trade, and we did come there to vassal this new country and submit them to our king Charles V of Spain, and you know. But here's the thing. You're coming from Spain, which is a country at the time they had just formed after unifying several kingdoms in Spain, right? And we were super fucking Catholic. We had the Inquisition in our country, right? If you deviated a little bit from hardcore Catholicism, you were prosecuted and you were tortured, basically. So we're the most conservative, militaristic country there was back in the day, back in the 1500s, right? Jesus Christ and the New Testament and the Virgin Mary and Catholicism and everything, it's all like the only way. Us back then. So here we come in the ships, right? We have a settlement in Cuba at the time. And here we come in the ships, and we sail up the coast of Yucatan, and we find all these tiny little settlements, right? And what I'm talking about here is something that you can learn about through this book that was written by this gentleman called Bernal Diaz del Castillo. He was I'll say it in an English accent, so if you're English speaking you can pretty much look it up. His name is Bernal Diaz del Castillo, right? Bernal Diaz del Castillo. And he was there doing the expeditions of Francisco Hernández de Córdoba, Juan de Grijalva, and Hernán Cortés. And so he goes into deep detail about what happened when he was colonizing these lands. And what went down. And basically what was happening is we're going down the coast, right? Because obviously you don't want to go in the open sea where anything can happen to your ship. You want to sail near the coast, so if you need to stop, you can just set anchor near the coast and wait the storm out or whatever it is. And you also have access to the inland if you ever need not salty water, but you need like water to drink or whatever. So we're still near the coast, and we're seeing all these tiny little villages filled with Indians, and some of these villages will be amicable enough to come out and say, hey, what's up? And obviously they were speaking Mayan, and we didn't know Mayan, so we would have no way of properly communicating with them. But they would come over and they would do like gestures and stuff like that, like come over and whatever, and then so we would come over, and sometimes they would want to trade, and some other times they would want to legit just kill us. The moment they saw us, they just wanted to kill us, right? So there's several accounts where we got off the coast and they literally, there's a bunch of Indians, and they would either run away, or they would straight up just start shooting arrows at us, or they will do something that happened several times, to the point where the Spanish were already prepared for this, where they would say, come over, and they would appear to be friendly, and they will give us food and fish and chickens and stuff like that. And the moment we went to their village, they would call their warriors, and then they would start shooting arrows at us when we're surrounded, right? So at that point, the Spanish are like, what the fuck? Not only that, we would go to their villages, and we would see this tiny little stone temples, which they call cues, right? And they would be literally cutting the heads of people and chopping their arms off and cutting their hearts out and sacrificing people and taking fucking newborn babies and chopping their heads off and sacrificing them to their gods so that the sun wouldn't turn off or whatever. And as a hardcore Catholic and a Spanish at the time, we would be like, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck is this? Not only are you doing this, which is sacrilegious in every sense of the word, it is wrong. And you're also doing it for the wrong gods. You're doing it for a false idol. You're not doing this for Jesus. You're doing this for the devil, right? So you can understand from that historical point of perspective how the Spanish went over there. They have a superior technology. They have full plate armor. They have arquebuses, which are basically shotguns. They have arbalests, they have crossbows, they have swords, they have shields, they have ships, they have dogs domesticated with armor, you know, and then they are Catholic, and then they see all this, and they're like, what the fuck? So obviously, when we went in there with the intention to trade and to vassal this savages, basically, and bring them to the Christian faith so that we can trade better and they will not kill themselves for over stupid shit and kidnapping other tribes peoples and cutting their hearts out to their sun god. But what we did notice is in their culture, in the Mayan culture, so you know everything in the culture nowadays. I'm gonna pause the game. Everything in the culture nowadays, in the capitalist world, in a way, everything is tied to a value, right? And most things, even though we're not on the gold standard anymore, most valuable things could be in our culture be tied back to precious metals such as silver or gold or copper, right? So for the Native Americans, the Native Latin Americans in that time, gold did not have in their economy and in their culture as much value as Europe and Asia attributed to this precious metal, right? What they did have what they did consider valuable would be jade or anything that was sparkly and green colored. So when we came over, we would notice right away that they had a lot of like earrings, and they had a lot of plates, and they have a lot of tiny little crafted idols made out of gold. And when we asked them about it, they would say, oh yeah, that's whatever, that's just ornamentation, it's just whatever. For the Native Americans back in the day, the value of gold was pretty much like, it's pretty looking, but it's not that valuable. It will be like copper for us, basically. Where it's like, it's whatever. It's just a shitty metal that we use for decorations or whatever. And then when we would ask them if we could have that, because obviously in our society gold is the thing that's most valued right under diamond, right? Diamonds. They would say, oh yeah, sure. We'll get rid of it. We don't care. What we want is those green jewels that you have, whatever it is, those decorative jewels that you have. I forgot the name of them. Let me look it up real quick. Green beads is what they're called. Oh, I can't find it. If I had time to prepare a stream and we were actually just chatting about this, I would do my due research, and I would there was a word that they put to this things. Basically, the Nahuatl tribe of Mexico, they would make this tiny little like bracelets and necklaces out of green beads, basically, and that for them that was luxury, right? That was what was most valued, and they were happy to trade gold. They would just get rid of gold because for them it had no value almost for green beads. So obviously, the moment we Spaniards see that they have so much gold and that they're willing to get rid of it so quickly, we're like, why do they want to get rid of it so quickly? That makes no sense. Obviously coming from our culture, right? And then we find out they have mines. So it would make sense for us economically and spiritually and militaristically in that historical context to try to convert these people to Christianity. First, so they don't kill themselves over stupid shit. Second, so they don't start throwing arrows at us. And third, because we can trade worthless green beads for us to them valuable, for gold, which is worthless to them and valuable to us. And on top of that, once we started colonizing the Americas, we discovered they also had fruits like tomatoes, they had potatoes, they had cocoa, they had sugar cane, they had a lot of these spices that were unknown of at the time that India didn't even have. So obviously it's super valuable. So anyway, what I was going to with this wild tangent that I'm going on is there in this series of books written by Bernardo del Castillo, he goes into detail about the whole exploration of the Americas as they're trying to colonize it in the 1517, 1521, all that kind of stuff. Right? There was this one moment where we go to the city of Tenochtitlan, right? Where Mexico and Moctezuma and everything. And Moctezuma, with the king of Tenochtitlan, their cacique, right? He promised us to fill a room full of gold because that's what we wanted. And at a certain point, Moctezuma asks Hernan Cortés, I think it was Hernan Cortés, either Hernan Cortés or someone in his company, right? He asked them, why are you Spaniards, you Castilians, so obsessed with gold? And this Spaniard in particular reportedly answered him, we know in Castile of a sickness of the heart that can never be healed. And what he's referring to is not necessarily the gold in particular, it's the fact that everything in Europe at the time was tied to a value because we had an economy. And the moment you have gold, you were pretty much rich. And when you're rich, you can buy wine, you can buy food, you can buy property, you can buy land, you can buy female company, you can buy whatever you want. And it is indeed a sickness of the health, where everyone that pretty much went to the Americas in search of a better future. And so what he meant, I think, is we know of a sickness of the hell, which is we are obsessed with a search for a better life. And right now, that better life is behind all this gold that you guys are hoarding that has no value to you. So naturally, we are obsessed with it, because if you're willing to get rid of it like this, and you have so much of it, fucking give it to us. Give it to us now. Give it to us all that you can. We want to fill our ships. We might have to give 1/5 of it to our king. But everything else is distributed equally between all of us. Fucking fill this room with gold. If you can fill 10 rooms with gold, fill 20. We don't care. We want gold, and we want it now, and we want all of it. Because then, to you it has no value. To us it has a lot of value. We can just go back to Spain and we can buy property, we can buy land, we can build a castle, we can have female company, wine, we can retire. Pretty much. So that's pretty much what I wanted to say. And I would even go as far as to say, in our current society right now, we are not that far off. Where all of the Western capitalist societies in the Western world have all of their life values oriented around money. To the point where people are obsessed with money, and money is the center of pretty much 50 to 75% of every conversation ever had. Then again, in the Western world, we have a sickness of the heart that cannot be filled. And with that, we're gonna continue the game for at least another 15 minutes until we fulfill the 2-hour stream. And I'm sorry that it looks like every stream that I've had in the last month, I'll be playing the game and then I'll have to stop the game and I'll have to go on a tangent and talk about shit. But I just feel like that this is my channel. This is what I do. Fuck you, this is the way I want to do it. And I feel like it's entertaining. I feel like it adds value when someone can just talk about shit. We would call this not gameplay oriented channel. More like chatting and chilling channel. But this whole legend. It bothers me a lot as a Spanish person when they say that it's my fault. First off, it's not my fault. It would be my ancestors' fault. Second off, no, fuck you. Read a book. Learn history. This whole legend about us, you know, being evil and murdering people and whatever, it's all fucking... It's not all bullshit. It's just exaggerated. It's called the Black Legend, and it was made by the English and the Dutch. Right? And if you ever look at North America, how much percent of the population is Native American? Ethnically speaking. Not a lot. Why? Because they got removed. Then you look at Latin America and you look how much percentage of the population looks relatively native Latin American. And a lot of the population looks like that because of dominant genetic traits and because we didn't actually remove them. We interbred with them. So we were that bad. But regardless. There's this other talk about how we brought smallpox to the country. It's almost as if we did it on fucking purpose. Like, oh yeah, I brought smallpox. I had a fucking jar with smallpox, and when we went to colonize and we went to trade and we went to like vassal states, we brought smallpox in a fucking bottle and we released it consciously and on purpose so that all of them will fucking die. You're a fucking idiot. What happened is we had smallpox. We got over it in Europe throughout centuries, and we carried smallpox in our blood. And when we went over there, it resurfaced. And then they got sick, and because they got sick, we also got sick, but we have better antibodies, which meant most of us survived that resurgence of smallpox, but the natives didn't have any natural defenses. And we didn't do it on purpose, it just fucking happened. The theory of bacteria, the theory of viruses and stuff did not exist until the 19th century. If you believe we did it on purpose, you're a fucking idiot. And not only you should read a book, you should kill yourself. Because you're a waste of breath. But I got really passionate about this topic. But anyway, let's continue the game. And I encourage every one of you, if you're really interested in knowing the truth, don't listen to whatever the fucking media has to say. Read a book, read 2 books, and then read 3 books, and then read 75 fucking books about the subject from different authors. Read contemporary authors and read authors from the time where that event happened. And then read a history book and then think critically and then make your own opinion. Because God forbid you just watch a TikTok about people saying Spanish people are horrible and we owe you the gold. Give us back our gold. The amount of gold that we took from the Americas from 1500 to 1820 or so, which is when we had when we lost our colonies, the amount of gold that we took from the Americas to the motherland, to Spain, is not... You can make the same amount of gold in 1 year of mining in the modern times. Latin America is one of the biggest producers and exporters of gold in the world, and they make so much gold that the amount that we took in those 300 years, it's negligible. Not only that, the vast majority of that gold was so expensive to transport, and we had to deal with pirates, we had to deal with the Dutch, we had to deal with the English. It was so hard and troublesome to transport to the motherland that most of that gold stayed in the Americas. And then we had factories there doing stuff with that gold and whatever. But the fact of the matter is that gold stayed in there. The reason, you know. So this whole give us back our gold. Fuck you. Read a book. No. Anyway, let's continue playing the game. Look what I got for you. By the ship's kobold, you found it. My marriage is safe. You have my eternal gratitude. That's okay. What were you able to find out about Blackbeard's nautical chart? Rumor has it that Cutthroat Wally Buncombe has a piece of the chart, but please don't tell him who told you that. Else. Got it. Where can I find this, Wally? He lives on the Isle of the Bottomless Canyon. Okay, I'll have to go, and I'll make sure you don't lose your ring again. Visit Cutthroat Wally Buncombe. Supposedly he owns a piece of the nautical chart. And we need to go there, but we already bought so much rum, didn't we? That it would make way more sense for us to just go all the way to island number 8. But anyway, I'm sorry that I go on tangents, and I'm sorry that if I look belligerent or if I sound irritated. I just get really passionate about the topic because I love history, and I read a lot of books about history, and I am very patriotic of not only the United States of America, but also my home country, Spain. And I am really proud of my heritage, and it really pisses me off when people make judgments based on half-formed thoughts that have no sense. They make no sense whatsoever. If you just take the time to learn, and I feel like most people nowadays are not interested in the truth. They're not interested to learn. They're not interested in being politically correct and informed. They're just interested in whatever makes the headlines, and it's sad. Because I fear the moment I want to go to Mexico City, for example, thinking to myself, oh, this used to be part of the Spanish colonies. I speak the language. I can go to Mexico and I can speak whatever language or whatever. And really enjoy the heritage and the culture and the buildings and the architecture and the food and everything like that. And I'm afraid one of these days I'm going to get kidnapped by this cartel of hyper-territorial and highly uneducated people. And they're gonna judge me and shoot me and torture me just because I am Spanish. And they're gonna hate me just because of my history. And it's just stupid. Because it holds no water and it makes no sense. Motherfucker. I did not mean to do that. I just wish we could look at the past without the lens of the future. You know, all this like shitty talk, all this you know, when the radical left, I wouldn't say the left, I would say the radical left, when they see all the statues of like Christopher Columbus and stuff, and they're like, oh, we should tear it down. It's a symbol of enslavement and whatever and blah blah blah. Right? We need to tear the statues down. I would argue, how about we stop trying to judge and justify and punish and condemn the past with the lenses of contemporary day? Because of course, when you look at the Spanish conquistadors and the Spanish Empire in the 1500s, right? They would not only bring gold from the Americas, they would also bring slaves. So being a radical left stupid asshole that has never read a fucking book in their whole life, they're just going out the headlines. You would be inclined, even if you think yourself really intelligent, to think that we Spanish people were awful beings because we enslaved people. Whereas if I were to ask you who else in the 1500s had slaves, you would not be able to name me another single person. Because you haven't bothered to learn that everybody had slaves. The Barbary states, which were pirates from the north of Africa, had slaves. The British had slaves. The Vikings had slaves. The Africans had slaves. Asian people had slaves. Everybody had slaves at the time. Slavery was the normal thing. Slavery is still a thing nowadays in the 21st century. We still have slavery in parts of the world. Right? But they've been sold on this idea that a certain group of people are extremely evil and particularly awful because of a certain number of actions that we committed. Whereas if you really take the time to learn and critically think and actually base your thoughts on structure and information, you'll realize soon enough that it holds no water. Because everybody had slaves, everybody was awful, everybody killed each other for stupid shit. And thus, if you understand the historical context of the time and the day, and you were immersed in that society, and you were immersed in that historical heritage and that culture, and the peoples, and what they did, and how they did it, and how they lived, you would do the fucking same. And you cannot blame them. A lot of people like to blame, like, for example, the Nazis in World War II in Germany, saying that the Nazis were all evil. Well, not all Nazis were evil, and not all Nazis were depraved, and not all Nazis hated Jews. The Wehrmacht, for example, the army, not all of them were Nazis. The SS were all Nazis, and from the SS, not everyone hated Jews, not everyone condemned, and not everyone supported, and not everyone condoned what happened. You know, you have to really, you can't just generalize like that, because it's wrong. It's wrong, right? And a lot of people like to blame Germany. Why did Germany did this? Why did Germany did that? You can understand if you were a German person after World War One, where not only did you lose the First World War, all of a sudden France, which was one of the major instigators of the First World War, expects not only territory from you, but a payment from you, and you cannot have soldiers in your country, you cannot defend yourself, and you're constantly put down, you're constantly blamed, as if the war was your fault, even though you just participated at the very end. You would understand as a German person how you would hate all these Western countries like Britain and France that are telling you what to do as if they had any form of moral high ground just because they won the war. No. It made absolutely total sense within the historical context of the 1930s and 1940s Germany to do what they did. And that's only something that you learn if you're interested enough about history, that you read books and you make critical thinking, but whatever. As a lover of history, it's something that really bugs me. What I am going to do is I'm gonna buy coconut oil. A lot of coconut oil. No? Let me buy some coconut oil. And I really hope whoever's watching me right now, there's not a lot of people watching me right now on stream, but whoever watches me on YouTube, if I happen to die tomorrow and this video is on the internet for posterity and someone happens to find this video 20, 30 years from now, 40 years from now, and they get anything out of this, is please, 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 do not judge a book by its cover. Do not judge your opinion. Do not make your opinion out of just headlines and 2-minute information about anything. Do not take everything that I say with a grain of salt. Take anything you read or hear with a grain of salt. Be skeptical, be critical, and read books. Otherwise, you're a fucking moron. And you have a right to your own opinion. But expressing that opinion is wrong. Because you are wrong. I'm not saying you shouldn't have your opinion. I'm saying your opinion is wrong. It's misinformed. It's purposely misinformed. It's misinformed given the fact that you have not taken the time because you were lazy or too moved by a certain ideal and your own confirmation bias to not look for the truth. So, read books. This game is awesome, but better than playing games, read a book. I encourage everyone watching this to whenever this stream is done, stop watching other videos and stop watching movies, read a book. Get a book and read it. And if you're into reading fiction, cool. But if you're not, read history books. It will help you understand the world we live in today. And if people knew about history, a lot of problems would be solved. And I think crabs are on sale on this island right now. Which island has crabs for max price? Island 11. So what do we have to do? Visit Cutthroat Wally. As you can see, between God fucking damn it. Between playing the game and doing parkour and doing some trading, we're almost at 3,000 gold. And as you might suspect, you can play the game as we have been playing it without the ramblings. And if you're really focused, you would reach 3,000 coins in no time. With the trading especially. And it will get to a point... Damn it. It will get to a point where... Once you have 3,500, the game is done, economically speaking. I said you can get the last ship in the game, and then you can make trading on the regular. I might die here. But basically, once you have like 3,500 gold, I'm losing my trail of thought because I'm getting inebriated. But when you get 3,500 gold, you can buy the last ship in the game, and that 500 gold would set you out for success for the trading game, where you buy low and sell high. And at that point, in like 2 trading travels or so, you can max out the last ship in the game. And after that, you don't need gold except for repairing your ship. And that's what I meant when I started this stream. That the economical and nautical gameplay is really fun. But if you know what you're doing and you're an adult, very quickly it becomes obsolete, and there's a ceiling that you hit and you're done. As a kid playing this game, you'll be like, okay, that's fun. And that's why I would have added 12 other ships with increasing price and increasing, you know, customization and whatever. Just because it would have extended the gameplay way longer. Because after we got the last ship in the game and we get enough gold to customize it, it makes no sense. Well. Who do we have here? I heard you might be able to help me. Perhaps. I'm looking for the hidden pieces of Blackbeard's old nautical chart. Aren't we all? Can you help me or not? Maybe. But of course, exclusive requests like that don't come cheap. Okay, I got it. How much gold do you want? 5,000. What? 5,000? 5,000 coconuts or what? 5,000 gold pieces, of course, you smart Alec. Huh. That's daylight robbery, you cutthroat. Well, forget it then. There are plenty of prospective buyers. I'm sure the soldiers would pay 3 times as much. My sailor's knot is about to burst. I'll rearrange your hairstyle. Okay, calm down. I'm not looking for trouble. Since you're such a nice guy, I'll make you a bargain offer. Let's say 4,999. What? Okay, that's it. I'm off to the nearest bar to tell all the pirates that you want to sell Blackbeard's map to the soldiers. You wouldn't dare. You bet. Yes, I would. Okay, you've convinced me. I'll just give you the piece of the chart. Sail to the Isle of Sleeping Volcanoes and find the ancient tree. The piece of the chart is hidden in a knothole. See? That wasn't that difficult. And it better be. Sail to the Isle of Sleeping Volcanoes and find the ancient tree. The third piece of the chart is hidden in a knothole. Okay, cool. So now we need to go to that island where they like to buy clams. But sadly, we have crabs. Which are sold at Island 11. Which is next to us. So, what I mean is, what I said earlier is, like I said, the trading game is so effective once you have like I do, like a written map about all the trading routes and stuff. Making gold is not an issue at all. You can fight enemy ships for gold, easy. And so I feel like the curve for getting the last ship should have been way more expensive, because as you can see, we almost have 3,000 gold. Which means we don't need to buy the next upgrade of the ship. We can just jump that. We can skip one whole upgrade of the ship. See, we have enough money for the last ship in the game. Why would we go to get the upgrade that's before it when we can just skip all the way to the last upgrade of the ship? So the only thing that we can buy here is clams. To sell them for a profit. There's not gonna be much, but and so what I like to do is literally just grab a piece of paper. You don't even need to draw a map, but just grab a piece of paper, divide it into 9 squares. Right? Draw all the little islands. You can look up on the internet a speed run of this game, go to the last part of the game and look at the bottom screen and draw all the islands. And then write down the prices of all the items in every one of those islands. You just go to every island individually and you write down the prices of things, and you can set up your own trade routes. And gold will never be a problem for you. Matter of fact, I was so taken aback by this game when I was a teenager, when I was 12 years old, and I played this game for the first time. Right? So this must have been... What? No, I had to have been older than that, because this game came out in 2009. And in 2009, I was... I can't do math right now. I was born in 96, right? So I was 13 by the time this game came out. So I must have been 14 years old. 13, 14 years old when I first played this game. And I was so taken aback that I even drew a map like I did right there. And I love the soundtrack of this game, and I love the gameplay. And I'm sorry that I go on tirades. Let's buy the rum. And I think because I'm getting slightly inebriated because of this mead that I made. And we're also over the 2-hour mark for streams. And even though I don't mind streaming for longer, I have found out that a 2-hour stream is way easier to, in a way, consume than a, let's say, 6-hour stream. I remember when I first started this channel, for example, back in February of last year, 2022, Elden Ring came out and I was doing 6-hour streams, and even though they're fine for me, I could see how a 6-hour stream could be a little bit too much for the random person finding my channel out. feel like the perfect format for videos are like anywhere between 15 and 20 minutes long, but this is since this is a re-upload of a stream on YouTube. As soon as we're done with this mission, we're gonna stop. I might do part 2 right away, just because we got another piece of the nautical chart. Bonnie Bill wants to play a game with us. And we finally got the third part of the map unlocked. You know what? I might just do that. I might just, God damn it. Do I want to play more? Do I want to stream more? That's the real question, though. We might die because of the scorpion. You know what? I think I will do that. I'm probably gonna end the stream right now. I'm gonna take a little break. I'm gonna take a piss. I'm gonna drink some water. I'm gonna water down this drink, and then we'll stream for another 2 hours. Okay. Because I love this game. My question now is, if I buy an upgrade of the ship, would I lose what I have in the tonnage? Which should not be an issue, because I bought the ROM here, meaning I can sell it for the same price that I bought it for, meaning recoup all my gold, and that way I don't run the risk. But if we're gonna do that, okay, so what I'm doing right now is we have this island. You look at my bottom screen right now. We have this island over here. We have that island over here. So that island over here, number 4. I say number 4 because I know of the existence of island number 1 and 2 and 3. If you look at the top of the map over here that I drew on a piece of paper. So if you look at this island over here, number 4. The price of salt in that island is 10 gold pieces. Whereas you can sell that salt for 60 over here. And we're over there. So what would make sense is if we buy rum over here for 20, go over here, sell it for 60. Stay over here, get an upgrade of the ship. Even though I could go to the last upgrade of the ship, we're gonna go through the middle ship just so you can see it. And then once we're here, we can buy fish for 20 and sell it on this island for 60. And then we'll go over here and buy salt for 10. So rum, go over here, get an upgrade of the ship, get fish, sell fish, buy salt. That's what we're gonna do. But before I do that, I'm gonna end the stream. And I will see you guys on the next one. I'm just gonna take a 5 to 10 minute break so that I can properly hydrate and sober up and rest my voice. And we will be right back.